Today is May the 4th, so may the 4th be with all of you.
I know. Thank you for doing it first.
You are welcome. You are most welcome. I have been a fan of Star Wars since the very first movie came out in the 1970s. I remember I was sitting with a friend of mine listening to the radio, and they said, you can win tickets to come see the premiere if you can answer this question. And it was back in the day where you had to dial in and you win something on the radio, and you dial and you get a busy and you get a busy. Anybody remember these days trying to win on the radio? And I got through. And the question, I don't remember the question, but the answer was Chewbacca. And we won tickets. I don't remember. And I screamed, Chewbacca. So I won tickets to go to this premiere. And the message of Star Wars about, you know, having the force is there. It reminds me of, many of us have been studying the science of getting rich, and Wallace Wattles talks about infinite intelligence and the substance that is in and through everything. That is the force. So the force is always there. The force is always responsive. And the quality of our lives is based upon what it is we are impressing or projecting onto the force. So part of our mission here at the People Skills Academy is to support you in only impressing upon formless substance or the force what it is that you truly want. Because if we have our thoughts that we're projecting on this infinite intelligence upon the force that will then turn into action and results in our life, if we're impressing what we don't want, or negativity or anger or fear or doubt, if we're impressing and projecting that, what are we going to get more of? And what I know to be true, and I have seen so many examples of this in my life where I needed something to happen really magically, very quickly. And I was all anxious and nervous and thinking it wouldn't work out, blah, blah, and then I just paused because I've been trained. I've been trained by Yoda to pause and tap in. One time I was selling a property, and I had a trip to Jamaica planned on a Friday. And I decided to list my property with a broker friend of mine on Monday. We came in on Tuesday and had a buyer with a cash deal, and it had to close on Friday because I was doing deals with the lenders to take less. It's called a short sale. And then on Thursday afternoon, we found issues with the title that needed to be cleaned up. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to happen? I don't know. And there was $50,000 that was meant to come to me. And I remember getting a phone call that says, well, you need to have this, this, and this. And somebody saying, you're never going to get that by tomorrow. And I was like, what? Don't you speak that into my life. I paused, and I could have gotten into a tizzy. But what I did is I said, I need to take a break. And I went into my room and got quiet and just connected with spirit, with force. And I got really, really quiet. And I said, however this is supposed to work out, I trust. I go back into my office, and there was a phone call that the title issue was cleared up, and I closed. Within 5 days, pulled off this deal that everyone said was not going to happen. And on Friday morning, I went to the closing, got on a plane to Jamaica, and it all happened. Because I did not allow myself to succumb to fear, doubt, and worry. So when I think about today is May the 4th, and may the force always be with you, it is always with you. The key is, what are you projecting and impressing upon the force to create the good in your life?